Nissan has just taken the covers off of the 4th generation Murano, and it may be the biggest change for the vehicle yet. With this one, there's a little less emphasis on sport and a much bigger emphasis on elegance. Besides having a fancy new outside, there's a lot of changes inside, so let's take a look. One of the more obvious changes on the outside is that the Murano has grown in size, adding about an inch to the overall length, but more importantly, almost 3 inches to the width. And you can really see that in sort of the rear flares or haunches or whatever you want to call it on the back end. And then up front, the Murano has what Nissan calls crystal cube LED lights. And basically, it's 3 very thin lights in a thin light strip, which is sort of like the Aria. And that isn't the only thing about the outside of this vehicle that reminds me of the Aria. There's a lot of sort of EV influence in the new Murano. Those thin headlights are above and beside the new grille, which is still V in shape like Nissan always has, but it has built-in LED running lights that illuminate the V. The side mirrors have also been relocated to the doors, which should improve forward visibility for the driver. Nissan's quick to point out that some of the features on the outside of the vehicle that adds to a more premium look is the absence of chrome on the front and rear of the vehicle, and the windows and pillars do not have any exposed rubber. And while I'm still on the outside, look at these cool 21-inch wheels. And at the back, there's a full-length LED taillight, and the exhaust tips are now hidden. They're still a dual exhaust like previous Muranos, but you just can't see them anymore. Just one of the many little steps that shows Nissan's getting away from sportiness with Murano and really emphasizing the luxury premium elegance. It's also more SUV than previous models, and that's really apparent with its 8.3 inches of ground clearance, which is about the same as the Kicks, and maybe this is a new standard for Nissan, or maybe it's just a coincidence, but compared to the old Murano's 6.9 inches of ground clearance, that's a big difference. Another big change is under the hood, once again, maybe taking away a bit of the sportiness, but the 3.5 liter V6 is gone, and in its place is a 2 liter VC turbo 4-cylinder. Now it makes 241 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. So that's 20 more pound-feet of torque, but 19 less horsepower than the outgoing engine. And if it's up to us, I'll gladly trade usable torque for horsepower any day. Fuel economy is another area where the gains and losses pretty much even out, and the new Murano is rated for 23 miles per gallon combined, just like the old one. What's different is in the city, it's rated for 23 miles per gallon, which is much higher than the current Murano, but on the highway, it's only rated at 24 miles per gallon, which is quite a bit lower than the current Murano. All versions of the Murano, regardless of trim, get a 9-speed automatic transmission, and the front brakes are just under 14 inches for rotor size and just under 13 inches in the back. Just like the current Murano, the new one is rated to tow 1,500 pounds max. Being a larger vehicle, it's no surprise the 4th generation Murano includes a bit of a weight gain. It should weigh between 4,300 and 4,450 pounds or so, which is a couple hundred pounds more than the current model. To help improve the ride comfort, along with decent handling, there are what is called frequency-sensitive dampers in the new Murano. Inside, Nissan claims there are soft touch materials throughout, and for the most part it's true. There are some hard plastics lower down, but most of the places your hands will touch or screens you need to use or whatnot are all premium feeling or soft in touch. The dashboard has this finish the brand refers to as Murano glass, and it incorporates the ability to kind of color change and color shift under different kinds of lighting. The steering wheel has a flatter bottom, which should make it easier to get in and out of the vehicle. The Murano comes standard with heated seats, a heated steering wheel, and heated washer nozzles. The driver's seat is 8-way power adjustable, and the passenger seat is 6-way. Leatherette is the seating surface for all trims except for the Platinum, which then gets semi-aniline quilted leather. The Platinum also includes ventilated and massage seats, not just for the driver, but also for the passenger. In the back, the seats adopt the Nissan Zero Gravity design, which is said to provide more comfort and better posture. The rear doors open much wider, which will allow passengers to get in and out easier, or with those with small children, get them into their child seats or infant seats much easier. The Platinum trim also includes heated rear seats for outboard passengers. Being a bigger vehicle, the new Murano can also hold more gear behind the rear seats, almost 33 cubic feet, and if you fold down those rear seats, it expands to over 63 cubic feet. And once again, stepping up to the Platinum gets some more fancy features, like a motion-activated power rear liftgate. In front of the driver is a 12.3-inch digital driver information center that's fully customizable. And within the same sort of single pane, there's another 12.3-inch screen central of the dash, and that's the infotainment system. Like we first saw in the Aria EV, the Murano uses capacitive touch controls that are built into the dash trim for all of the climate control. The gear selector consists of a series of buttons that Nissan states save space. Other available technology highlights, well, that includes a wireless phone charging pad, 64-color ambient lighting, built-in Google, a Bose 10-speaker audio system, wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, color head-up display, and a powered telescopic steering wheel. Of course, there is a lot of standard safety, like Nissan Safety Shield 360. It's also possible to upgrade to the Pro Pilot Assist and Pro Pilot Assist 1.1. And to help see in tighter coordinates, the Murano can be equipped with an invisible hood view and the 3D around view monitor. More details, like pricing, will be available closer to launch, and Nissan plans to have the 2025 Murano in dealers early in 2025.